Good afternoon, everyone. So as we continue on in the passage, we go on to the word go. And after looking at the prior sentence, it's all about Christ. It's all about his authority and just everything that encapsulates and just how grand his authority is. Because it said he has all authority over the heavens and the earth. And that just encompasses everything. And so when I was sitting there thinking, or listening to Dr. Mike talking, I was thinking how God, who has authority over everything, who created everything, is so humble because he could easily come to this earth right now without anyone knowing. He could just be like a regular guy, and he could be the most persuasive guy on earth and just persuade everyone into following him. But no, he uses all that authority, and he just says, you go. He's like, I want you to do it. I want you to participate in this with me. I want you to join me and just share my love with the world. And so go when, after we shift focus from Christ and all this authority he has, it shifts the focus to us. And when we see authority, it matters. Because what if we were just walking one day on the street and there's just this bum on the street and he says, by my authority, go out and make disciples of me, this bum on the street who you don't know. No, of course not. It's going to be weird. And you can see that he doesn't have authority. And as Dr. Mike was talking about, Jesus has clearly demonstrated his authority. He has authority over sickness. He has authority over demons. He has authority over earth, over life, over death. He can bring people back to life. He can do anything. He has authority over all of that. And he gives that to us because he's within us. And he wants us to go out. He wants us to heal the sick. He wants us to take care of those in need. But with anything, when we go out, because we're human, because we are imperfect, because of the nature of who we are in today's world, we like to just come up with excuses. We're just like, oh, I have to work, so I'm busy. I have school, so I'm busy. I'm tired, so I can't. I need to take a shower, and that takes all day, so I can't go out. I need to drink some water, and I need that to live, so I can't. I have stuff. I have stuff to do. And so we come up with all these reasons. But what we don't do, and what we should do, is we should start this and everything with prayer. Because with everything, and I've seen it in my life, I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, have seen it too. We may not be aware of it. But when we try to do things just based off of our own human effort, well, of course we can go up to a certain point, but that's it. We stop. We're capped out at this wall. We can only do so much as a human. And as a human, we will always fail. And so whenever we lead ministry, whenever we go out and we're trying to make disciples, when we lead it with prayer, we're going to succeed. As long as we let the Spirit guide us. He's not going to guide us to failure, although he will guide us to a failure in our eyes, because there have been a lot of instances in my life where the Spirit led me to something and I thought I failed, but it ended up just being this huge success. It's just in my limited scope, I could only see so much. And so in my eyes, it looked like a failure immediately, but I know God was leading this, and it ended up being just an amazing success. And so whenever we go out, we lead with prayer, because God is going to lead us to victory. He's gonna win. He has already won the fight over the enemy, of course. It says so in the Bible. You can look it up if you want to. But we know that he's going to win. And so we always want to lead things with prayer first and foremost. Because you can try, I encourage you even, to go out and try doing things with your own human effort and tell me how successful you are. And tell me how amazingly things are going and how frustrated you aren't and how flawless things are through your entire endeavor. It's impossible, no matter what we do. We always have to lead with prayer. And so when we go out, we always want God to lead. And that's what I love about that. It's because he has all this authority, and he tells us to go. And even though we are scared, even though we have these fears and doubts, he has authority over fear. He has authority over doubt. He has authority over frustrations, anxiety, depression. He has authority over all of that. Why can't God defeat anger and depression and anxiety? Of course he can. We just need to utilize that authority that he has and that he's bestowed to us because he's within us. And also, something that I've also noticed and know, the word go is really subjective because with all of us, go looks different. If I'm to go out and make disciples, the disciples I make and how I make them and where I find them is going to be completely different than where Cecilia finds her disciples, or where Dr. Mike or Stephen or Abel or Jelly or Ezer or Debbie or anyone here. Your go is going to be completely different, and so there's not one size fits all. You have to listen to the Spirit, otherwise we're not going to know where we're going. And that's the best thing about this, because it seems like we're in this middle place where it's like we seem lost, but we forget that God is behind us. He's backing us up with all authority, and at the same time He's leading the way. And so we're kind of just like in a chariot, and He's just leading the way, and He's also the one riding this. He's the one with like the whip in his hand, like doing the thing to the horse. He's the one backing us up, and He's the one guiding us, and we're just in the middle, and all we have to do is pray and just ask Him, God, where do you want me to go? And of course, with making disciples, this is a process. Christ knows that. It's not just, I'm not going to go up to some guy on the street and be like, become my disciple right here now. No, of course. It is a very long process. It's a relationship. Just like our relationship with Christ. Getting to know Him takes a while. It takes an eternity. And getting to make disciples, it takes a while. And Christ will give you that patience. He'll give you that stamina to go. So when you go, just always lead with prayer. Because when we lead with prayer, there's nothing we can lose. There's nothing to lose. Because Christ will always win.